actually on. So what they do is basically we're going to go where they're rolling and getting our audio right now, so
Gotcha.
that's fine. So we're at this is kind of fun. I mean, this
Oh
is
no, this is huge for me.
Yeah, I mean,
but look, it affected my life. I mean, it affects millions of people's lives, and it's great work.
Yep. Oh, look, we're on.
Oh, there you go.
Sometimes magical things happen when you're at SHOT Show. And you get, oh, let's see, a member of the presidential cabinet shows up, David Bernhardt, the Secretary of Interior. Thank you so much.
It's great to be here.
Well, I mean, we just grabbed you and put you over here, and this is fabulous. I mean, seriously, a cabinet member. And before we go on, we're actually talking about, let's see, you're from Rifle, Colorado.
I am.
You are an outdoor guy.
Absolutely.
You're a hunter.
Absolutely.
You know, and actually, we're talking about, we actually know some of the same families.
Absolutely. That's right.
You grew up with this, didn't you?
I absolutely did. I spent way too much time with a 22 or a shotgun in my hand.
There's no such thing as too much time.
Oh, you should. My mother would tell you quite differently. I just got lucky. I should have spent more time in school, but I grew up in Rifle, Colorado, which is a little community that's completely.
By the way, is a great name, right?
Absolutely. It's a community that's surrounded by federal lands. And the great thing about federal lands is everybody can be on those lands. And so I could be out there, whether it was with a shotgun, a 22, or a YZ motorcycle, and experiencing the same land that Theodore Roosevelt had come out and on in that area, and just some kid from Rifle could do that. Game was plentiful, and it was a great exposure to land management and to the natural environment.
You meet people and they say, well, what does the Department of Interior really do anyway?
So here's the great thing about the Department of the Interior. We manage 1 in every 5 acres of land in the United States. And that's a lot of land.
Holy cow.
And a lot of stuff happens on that land. We have the great national parks.
Right.
Every park that a person's gone to, from Yellowstone to Grand Canyon, the icons. We also have a lot of land that's really primarily holding the earth together. And it's land that, as the country acquired it, we maintain that land, but activities take place on it that help communities, whether it's recreational opportunities or even development opportunities like mining or logging or grazing.
Right.
And so those are multiple use lands. And then we have our wildlife refuges, which are really fundamentally designed to preserve wildlife refuge lands to enhance our wildlife. And those are paid for largely by the
Pittman Robertson Dingle Johnson
That's
funds.
exactly right.
I mean,
That's
basically,
exactly
hunters
right.
and fishermen are paying for this.
That's
but
right.
everybody else gets to use the land.
That's exactly
everybody
right.
else gets the benefit of it, but it's primarily being paid for by hunters and fishermen.
That's right. People don't recognize that. But it's been the best model for wildlife conservation in America. And it was really thought through by folks like Roosevelt, great conservationists. And it's really part of our legacy of America.
You know, when people think about the great scenes, if you think about the great outdoors anywhere, what they see in their mind is probably a photograph that was taken on some of the lands that you're managing.
There's a lot of truth to that. That's absolutely true. We have the best vistas. What those vistas are beautiful scenes, but they're also beautiful for your soul, for your spirituality, and for your peace. And people just need to get out and enjoy it.
Talk about your mental health break.
That's exactly right.
When you get out there, and I tell people, look, go out, sit down. It's like, and from hunting, you go out. When you first get there, everything's still running in your head. You need to let it just wrap around you. Let the quiet hit you. All of that. Now, but I have to say, yesterday we had the range day. Had the media range day. You were out there. I heard a rumor that somebody was a really good shot out there.
Well, look, they make it too easy for you, but let me tell you, when you want to talk about mental health, I have to tell you quite honestly, there's nothing, in my opinion, like breaking a few clays to get you focused and relaxed. And so I do that pretty much every weekend. You'll find me either shooting clays or at the NRA range because that focus, requiring yourself to just think about that target for that moment, is a great way to let all the noise go away.
All right, got to ask you the question. Obviously, you know President Trump. And we were talking before you got here and said, this is a guy who really understands and gets the outdoors. What's the story?
Well, here's the reality. The president gets the need for people to care about the environment, to use the environment. Both of his sons are active in this recreation community.
Right.
They're hunters, they're sportsmen. He loves it. He believes that we need to ensure that people have public access, and he believes that we have to maintain the land and serve the public. And he has knocked it out of the park. If you look at things to do for sportsmen and recreationists, we have opened over 1.4 million acres of land to new hunting and fishing opportunities just in the last year alone.
And I know the National Shooting Sports Foundation, which puts on the SHOT Show, has done the research, and the number one reason that people end up drifting out of hunting and fishing is lack of access.
Absolutely. And if you grow up like me, you're from a low-income environment, you're not going to have a ranch or a gun club to go to.
Right.
But you can get out on our public lands, and all that takes is a duck stamp and a state stamp, and on your way.
Mr. Secretary, thank you so much.
It's a pleasure to be here, Tom. I really had fun.
Really did enjoy that. Terrific. All right, don't go far, because we're going to be right back here at the SHOT Show with hot product releases.